Well, good day, friends. Thank you for joining me today. Today, have just a topic. Share my coffee with you and thoughts for you. The time, it's September, verify, 24th, 2020. What was so special about this time of year? Well, my deck has got leaves quite a bit scattered on it, the lawn. I can see my neighbor, 2nd Street over, with a leaf blower. He's blowing leaves off his sidewalk. Okay, so it's fall. Yes, the leaves are glorious. I did get some photos this year before they all fell off the tree. Not the best, but I got some. We'll see if we can't include one or two, pop them here and there from time to time over the winter, and to brighten up and put a little bit of cheeriness to videos. But what else is important about this time of year? Well, isn't it just about the time for the deer mating season? Yeah. It is. Now, I'm not a biologist. I'm not up on the exact phase of the moon or whatever it is that traits the rut, that triggers the rut. In other words, female deer. When they came into vision of my headlights, they had just crossed the road surface. They were on the shoulder, on my left side, the opposite side, and walked quietly down in through the ditch. It's time for the rut. You're planning on going hunting, possibly, and in case of here, hunting season's already started for archers, and then in October there will be archery, black powder, I'm sure. November, we're getting into the cold weather there, right? Rifle season. And shotguns as well, depending on whereabouts you are. Now, we have Canada geese. We have a pond in our village, actually 2 ponds. And yes, Canada geese. When they fly over, don't look up. You could get a splat in the eye. It's happened, okay? On the car, on the house, on this table in front of me. I've come out and there's been a goose poo. That's what we call them, okay? For our little bit of humor. So there's all of that. Hunting season is here. Time to be more careful. Out in the woodlot. Availability of foods for the bears. We have the black bears, like I said. We're not allowed to have a bird feeder out and have food in it from March until the end of November. Then reduce having bears in our town site because we do get them. So it's time that we be extra careful with the wildlife that lives with us. The white-tailed deer that we have, they do well among people. Yes, enjoy the beauty. As we look forward to hunting season, one of the serious mistakes people make is they pick up a rifle, they take it off the 2 nails that's hanging on, put plastic tubing on the nails so they didn't affect the finish of the firearm, and they put them up there. They took it down, grabbed a part box of cartridges that were in the drawer in the kitchen or whatever, and out they went. Well, often those people did a lot of sustenance hunting. They only had probably 1 rifle. They knew it intimately. They could be certain 1 shot, 1 deer, dead, no suffering. The alternative to that, of course, is folks that don't go to the range very often. They don't get to shoot maybe for 2 or 3 years, and they expect to go out and they're going to be Davy Crockett, Daniel Boone, or whoever the woodsman that you remember from your days of youth. We're not like that now. Most of us need to spend time at a rifle range. For bird hunting, of course, the skeet and trap ranges. Get some time in, even a couple boxes. Get out there and make sure your firearm is working properly. You're working with it well. So I'd encourage you to give that some good, serious thought. And put that as part of your schedule for the next few weeks before we get a lot of rain, mud, snow. You know what I mean? Bad weather. You want to know that when you go to shoot a deer, you're going to hit it, you're going to kill it cleanly, and then the fun's over. You're going to harvest it properly taking care of all the things that you do to an animal to recover the meat, the trophy, and all of that. And for your ducks and geese and grouse and quail and, all the birds that are hunted so popularly this season, the same thing. Make sure your shotgun is working properly. Now's the time to check it out, check yourself out at the range, and you remember how the safety works because you haven't used it for 10 years. It's okay. Go to the range and practice. And by all means, be safe. Have a glorious fall and winter. But this fall season, especially with the hunting going on, be safe. Follow the rules. Like, for instance, blaze orange hats, vests, coats, and whatever. Wear the right clothing in layers so that you can be safe in that regards too. You don't need to get hypothermia. You don't need to freeze to death out there someplace. So take all the necessary survival things with you. And I encourage you, have a great fall. And if you're one of those sportsmen that are out there doing that type of activity, be safe and enjoy this wonderful land that God has given us. And for you fishermen, whether you got a snowmobile suit on because of the wind chill in the boat, make sure you got a flotation device. Let's not hear of any drownings either. We don't need to lose any of our subscribers, our friends on YouTube, our neighbors down the street. We don't need to lose anyone. So if somebody's unsafe, you can, in a very courteous manner, suggest they do something about it. With that, my challenge to you is complete. Have yourself a fantastic fall. All God's best. Take care. Ted's clear.